Hi everyone, Jamie here, your dam reporter, and we're going to do today's Ask Ron. Our first Ask Ron comes from Leo/Maria Shilov from Indian Creek, Illinois. Ron, everyone is using a computer today and everyone knows about Craigslist. Why would the buyer pay you an assignment fee which are not even going towards the down payment of the property? Also, I can't understand why people advertise themselves on the same sites. In your sample video,
I think that means why they don't advertise themselves on the same site.
it says also can't understand advertise themselves on the same sites.
All right.
So,
I'll try to figure out what that means.
In your sample video, the seller was not far away from displaying any IQ. Is this the caliber of people you're dealing with on the daily basis?
Oh, Marie, please. All right, let's start with the first one. Why would anybody give me an assignment fee that doesn't go toward the down payment? Well, I'll give you several reasons. Number one, they get a long-term lease. Now, we're talking about an axe deal here, guys and gals. So that means it's over-leveraged. So what the buyer wants is they're concerned about the payment and the amount of money they have to put down. The amount of money that's owed on the house, these kind of buyers are not concerned about because they get a long-term lease. The minimum lease that we put these folks in is 10 years. Do a little bit of math on any loan and see how far down it pays in 10 years. And remember, their purchase price is the loan balance at the time they buy it. Where on earth are they going to get a deal like that, assuming they even knew how to put it together, or talk to the seller, or collect information, or all of those things that I train my students to do? You are really, really out there stretching it, Marie, when you are trying to figure out why other people don't do the things that you know how to do or are learning how to do. If you don't get out of that habit and get over the fact that anybody can do what you can do if they knew how or they wanted to, you're never going to get anything accomplished, because that's a reality that's part of this business or any other. People are always looking for the fastest way out. That's why the sellers do it, and the easiest way in. That's why the buyers do it. It's to their advantage. They have a long-term lease, they have a reasonable monthly payment, and they have control of the house. The fact the fee goes toward the purchase price or doesn't go toward it does not stop them to going in the house. And frankly, the only way you're ever going to thoroughly convince yourself of that is get out there and do a few, and you'll see that what you think the buyers think is not what the buyers think. And as far as them advertising themselves on Craigslist, come on. Advertise for what? They wouldn't even know where to begin. And the last part of the question was what?
Something about their caliber of IQ.
Oh, the caliber of IQ. I will tell you that the lady we interviewed at the house was more camera shy, and you may have thought she had no IQ, but that was not true. She was just an average divorced mom with a house. She wanted to move out of town, and regardless of your impression on her, she was not stupid. It was very clear to her what she was doing, explained to her several times, and in fact, she did sign that document in front of our attorney who explained it to her again. So again, quit making assumptions and let people do what they want to do. Your job, give them a choice. Let them decide what's best for them, and you not try to think for them. So I hope that answers your question, Marie.
And I'll go ahead and back Ron up on the fact that it's not always easy to be in front of this camera. That's why I'm back here behind it, just you hear my voice.
It's easy for me.
He's got a good camera face. All right, our second question comes from Debbie Magar in South Carolina.
Hey Debbie, South Carolina, the politicians are among you.
Oh. Hi Ron, wondering if at any time during due diligence and before you close a deal, do you get a home inspection? Or do you just pick up your $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, etc. repair amount and go with that?
All right, well that depends. Truthfully, I can't remember a time that I've ever ordered a home inspection for my own purposes. However, there's a couple of times that I've had to order them for buyers, but usually even the lenders do that, or the realtors if the realtors are involved. I don't worry about home inspections, especially if I've got no money or risk in the house. However, I will grant you that I've done a lot of houses, and if it's got a problem, I really don't care because I know it's only money to fix it. So if I'm buying a bank-owned property, I'm buying it so cheap that anything that's wrong, I know I'm going to be able to fix and still make a lot of money. If I'm taking over a debt subject to, I don't get it home inspected. I pass it on to a tenant buyer, and frankly, if there's any problem that we didn't see that we spotted, we'll deal with it later. And that's assuming that the tenant buyer ever even gets around to buying it. As far as the axe deals, no way I'm doing a home inspection. We're buying it as is, we're passing it on as is, clearly disclosed in writing, and the tenant buyer accepts it just like it is. Now, to that defense, usually the houses we do on this axe deal are in pretty darn good shape, nice neighborhoods, nice houses, so the odds of them having any major issue is not a problem. If that was a concern for you, all you have to do is either buy the tenant buyer a 1-year warranty on the house, or let them buy it themselves. I would not buy it for them on an axe deal for sure. But maybe, if I'm selling it to them for cash and they're qualifying, we always furnish a 1-year warranty. If I'm sandwich leasing it, I leave it up to them whether they want one or not, but if they do, they pay for it. So anyway, that's my answer, and home inspection is not something that I personally order.
Well, thank you, Ron. That's all for this week.